Nikola Tesla says it. If you want to understand the secrets of the universe, look at it in terms of frequency and vibration. Everybody knows that guy who's just lucky, but nobody considers why. Why does he always win in the end? Why do all of these bad things end up helping this guy? How does he force the universe to provide consistently? My superpower is simple. It is very easy for me to make people envious of me. All of this false virtue hate is obviously seething jealousy. I'm big and I'm rich and I'm famous and I'm important and I'm adored, and people hate being so brutally demolished in the game of life. The energy of people can be stolen from them. If you make somebody angry so that they think about you while you refuse to think of them, haters convert calories into thoughts which have your name on them. They are giving you power. Haters feed. 10 million people I've never heard of say my name each day. It's probably much more, to be honest. This is immensely powerful. There are men who have dedicated their lives to an average woman to achieve 3 kids at best. I have 15 and they can't stand it. They cry I don't raise my kids because they can't imagine how easily you can raise a clan with my type of finance. How obedient females are when you're actually important. I was literally the most Googled man alive. I have world title belts from standing over demolished opponents. I have endless finance. The list goes on and on. People stare at me and see what they could have been if only they were a little braver. My life highlights their brutal failures and they get furious. When their wife henpecks them, they think of me, and I never ever think of them. They feed me with energy. I am made of lightning. Universal life force comes from haters, solicit envy, and steal the souls of others. This is why warriors of old wore bright feathers and gold, to highlight their superiority, to make other men jealous. Jealousy from other men makes you powerful. My haters can't stand how popular I am, not understanding they are why I am popular. All of the energy they put into saying my name helps me. It always has, it always will. It doesn't matter if they say bad things about me, it matters that they talk about me. The secrets of the universe would be found by examining energy, frequency, and vibration, said Nikola Tesla. Envy is the most powerful vibration. You are winning and you focus on winning. Losers focus on you to help you win. I wake up each day more powerful than the day before. This is why I seem so lucky. Why do I put on muscle so easily without steroids? Why do I make money so easily? More than you can possibly imagine. Because everybody is thinking about me all of the time. It sounds crazy, but are you smart enough to understand? I am on the mind of all of the world's females and endless haters 24/7. Tate, 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 Tate. I never think of them. I don't need to, because they work for me. I grow stronger. I am a storm far in the distance, fed by the evaporating dreams of jealous men. Men who are imagining an alternate universe in which they could match me in any realm, but they cannot, and they know it, and it angers them to their core, and the heat from their anger forces their souls to evaporate faster, and I absorb all of it. I grow stronger. I can tell you how any man can get attention from the world, and how to harness it into fuel. My blood flows at 450 miles per hour. This is a scientific fact. You must know what I know to do what I can do. Think of all the scrolling you do, all of that energy you give away. Are the people you are watching thinking of you? Are they thinking of your name? You are failing yourself. There is a finite amount of human soul on the planet, and I have the soul of at least 50,000 men because they have given it to me. This is why when I speak, you feel it. 80 men's bodies I destroyed in the ring and stole their happiness forever. They'll never forget the day I beat them. The rest of the soul was given to me via the envy of peasants. I've told you the basic framework. You've heard it before. The law of attraction. But nobody has the truth besides me. I live it and I prove it. I am saving the intricacies for students willing to learn. If you want to learn the true secrets of universal life force, how to steal the souls of other men and become more powerful than ever before, I will test you. Because I cannot teach everyone, and I need peasants to steal from. There is no light without dark, no joy without pain. There's no brilliance without mediocrity. I need people to lose so I can win. The masses of average, unimportant men are the feeding grounds for the elite few, the worms for the birds. They exist unhappy so I can know joy. This is how the world works. Have you ever seen one of those men who walks into the room and everyone stares even though he isn't doing anything? He is full to the brim of life force, and the empty vessels around him naturally gravitate to his power. That is why people cannot stop staring. He grows even more powerful as they stare at him. Look at all exchanges in life as energy transfers, especially arguments. You want to sit and argue with your woman for the next 3 hours, screaming at her for acting a fool. She owes you energy. And I will teach you how this works. I will teach you how to win at life. This will go over some of your heads. Not all of you are ready for this. Not all of you are going to understand what I'm saying. But those of you whose minds are ready to be freed will know that this makes absolutely perfect sense. It is impossible for human beings to eat food and consume calories and to use those calories thinking of your name, and for their body heat and their electromagnetic vibrations to be emitted out into the universe, and for you to not absorb the ones that have your name on it to become stronger than you've ever been. That is physically impossible. I'll argue with any physicist. I will argue with any physicist that if 100 people are in a room thinking of my name, I am physically stronger. I've experienced it. This is why I only win, because envy is the highest form of vibration. People look at my life and they see. They can't stand me. He's so big and he's rich and he's strong and all the important people still like him, and he made this video and look at this girl. And nobody cares. Everyone loves Tate. It's the Tate show. And they sit angry, bitter, and I win. So I poke them. I make them angry on purpose so that I can win even more. Like squeezing the juice from an orange. Most of you at home do not have men envious of you. If I saw your life, I would not envy it. I don't want to be you. I would feel unimportant and poor if I was you. But if people were envious of you, don't you remember that feeling when you were a child? Having the toy that everyone else wanted? Don't you remember that feeling inside of you when you had the toy the other kids wanted and you wouldn't give it to them? Don't you remember how powerful you felt? That's how I feel every day. And you don't get to feel that way because nobody wants what you have and nobody wants to be you, because you can't do anything and you don't have anything which is unique and fantastic and valuable. You need to understand these things. And strength is one of the core tenets to elicit envy. I'm not envious of Bill. He has more money than me, but he's a fat old nerd. I don't care. I've told you about the strength in my hands. I can't be envious of something I could easily crush. Without strength, no man will ever envy you. So it's not only about creating your life to remove the weak links. It's about preparing yourself and putting yourself in a position where you can elicit envy, because it's extremely important. I understand now I'm only speaking to 10% of my audience. Ask yourself, perhaps you don't believe this. You can log off, you can go. But for the 10% of you who believe what I am telling you, who understand how it feels to have other men jealous of you, who remembers how it feels to walk into the club with the hot girl and everyone stares at her and then stares at you and is jealous, who knows how it feels to drive past in a Lambo, to drive past the bus stop in a Lamborghini and watch everybody stare wishing their lives were different, to get the promotion when everyone else in the company didn't get a promotion. And they're furious and they're faking that they're happy for you. Well done, you deserve it. You remember, do you know, have you ever experienced that feeling? Imagine feeling that every single day. We're going to talk about this again. For those of you who understand, the energy of people can be stolen from them. How do you steal people's energy? I give you energy. This is a net negative for me. I have so much energy built up from all of these haters that I have some surplus that I can give you energy. I haven't read a single comment. I don't know what any of you are saying. I am giving you energy because at the end of this show, you will feel more powerful. Not me, you. It's why they are so important. It's one of the only places you can come and get refilled with energy as opposed to giving your energy out. All the rest of the time on the internet, you're watching things and giving your energy away. I'm giving you some. And you know that's true. Because when this show is over, you'll feel motivated. So let me ask you, if you feel motivated after this show, doesn't that prove everything I just said about energy transfer is absolutely real? You can no longer deny anything I'm about to say to you because it's been conclusively proven and you have felt it yourself. If you make somebody angry so that they think about you while you refuse to think they're mad at you, it is very important that you ignore them. You blink and cure your brain. There are thousands of people right now on Twitter who are going through my entire life trying to slander me and keep typing my name out into the universe. And I don't give a and I don't read it and I don't know who they are. And I never will. I will let them post endlessly the name Tate so I can grow powerful while I ignore them and do emergency meetings. That's why I'm going to win, because they are giving me power. Haters are feeding me. 10 million people I've never heard of say my name each day, probably more. This is immensely powerful. Electromagnetic vibrations I can detect and absorb. You can't say the name Tate without me feeling it. It's like everyone just flicking pennies into the air and they all land in my bank. Everybody knows a guy who's just lucky. Remember in high school, there was that guy who just seemed lucky, but everyone liked him. Everyone talked about him. Everybody looked at him while he walked. Remember him, the lucky guy? You never knew a lucky guy who nobody paid attention to, did you? You've never seen a guy who was ignored, who nobody paid attention to and nobody talked about, who was also very lucky. It seems to be only the guy who was discussed all the time and had everyone's attention was lucky. Now, is that coincidence? Is it causation? Is it correlation? Is it the fact that he is only lucky because he is discussed, because he is admired? That's what gave him his luck. It is amazing to me that everybody knows a guy who is lucky, but nobody considers why. Nobody sits and says, this guy is lucky. Why is he lucky? The whys are the missing element to society today. Tate is so famous. Why? Everyone talks about the first point, including my haters. Everyone knows Tate and all these kids listen to him and he's bad. Why am I so famous? Is it because you're posting about me? Is it because you are eating food and bought an iPhone and pay an electricity bill so you can post about me? Is that why I'm so famous? I don't even know who you are. You're complaining that I'm famous and you don't want it to be true, but you're not smart enough to analyze why I'm famous as you spend your money and your time making everybody know my name. Work it out. How does he force the universe to provide so consistently? Well, my superpower is simple. It is very easy for me to make people envious of me. And when men are envious, they disguise it as hate. This is why men pretend to not like me. This is why men, false virtue garbage, pretend they are offended. And it is so obvious. It is so obvious. Let me give you an example. You buy a Lambo. You get rich, you buy a Lambo. And a guy says to you, one of them stupid cars. I wouldn't buy one of them. They're impractical. I prefer just a normal car. He is lying. You know he's lying. He can't afford one. He is jealous. And he's pretending a Toyota is better than a Lambo because he can't afford what you have. Jealousy. And he's pretending he's a moral person who doesn't want to show off, which again is a lie. False virtue hidden behind seething jealousy. When I walk into the club, there is a change in the atmospheric pressure and something just implores their neck to stare in my direction, praying for the point. How much energy are you giving away each day? You are scrolling X scrolling Instagram, you're looking at girls on Instagram who wouldn't give a shit if you died. They don't know your name, they don't care about you, and you are staring at their pictures, giving them energy. You are making them more beautiful so they can end up with a man like me. Why are you liking her posts and looking at her pictures and making her more beautiful so I can take her? You shouldn't be interested in women who are not interested in you. There is a finite amount of human soul on the planet, and you are failing yourself because you're giving your soul away when you need to be taking the souls of others. I don't know how else to make you guys understand that my monumental success is built on the back of peasant envy. All of the angry little peasants and their envious, jealous snides hidden behind a curtain of false virtue makes me more powerful than ever. This is a framework that I've explained, and you've heard it before, the law of attraction. But it's deeper than this. There's more I need to teach you about universal life force. How to steal the souls of other men and become more powerful than ever before. There's no brilliance without mediocrity. There must be worms for the birds. There must be unhappy men so that a few can know joy. This is how the world works. This is how capitalism works. It's how everything's always worked. There are a few kings and a bunch of peasants. You must decide which team you want to be on. How can you be a king without ruling over peasants? Logic test. You want to be a king, then you need to rule over peasants. You need to have a lot of people underneath you as an individual to be a king. You need to have 100 people obsessed with you while you do not obsess with them for you to be a king. This is pure logic. You can't be a king over one person, and you can't be a king by yourself. You're a king if a lot more people, by a factor of 100, care about you than you care about. This is the basic premise, the prerequisite for royalty. This is how you know joy. The reason you're sad is because you don't have what I have. If you woke up with my capability one day, any woman, any car, money, fame, everyone in the world asking your opinion all the time, everyone interested in what you do. If you go to the gym and lift weights, nobody cares. I go to the gym and lift weights, 10 million views. Lifting weights. We're both doing the same thing, but me, I get attention, energy, focus. You get nothing. You go gym every day. Who watches? Nobody. Who watches your workout videos? Nobody. Who watches mine? Everyone. Everyone. And they write under it, he's a loser, because they can't stand how good I look. They can't stand it. They can't stand how sexy I am. They can't stand how much I win. I am full to the brim with life force that I have stolen from these people. Because they watch me and they get bitter and they get sad and then they scroll off of me and they sit there semi-depressed watching TV. Because I stole their motivation, I stole their energy. They don't watch me and go to the gym. They don't see me do fantastic and then go train. They see me do fantastic and go, I hate this guy. But I can only teach you if you understand me. I can only teach you if you are prepared to do the difficult things which must be done for you to win. You have a limit. We will find it and we will push you beyond it. But your life will not be as good as it could be unless you learn to harness the energy from others. Until you learn to do the difficult things and get envious peasants to feed your soul. That's the life you should want to live as a man. Anything less is failure. Anything less is failure. I couldn't possibly stand living as a man as anything less than that. I am a winner and I want to win. I want the best human experience and I am prepared to suffer for it because I understand there's no light without dark. I cannot wait to win or lose because all of this results in me becoming more famous and more respected on the back of my suffering. All of it. Every single time something bad happens to me, more beautiful women message me telling me how proud they are of me even though they've never met me and how admirable I am for showing strength. There is no dark without light and there's no light without dark. The difference between you and I is I've been prepared to suffer to be this man. That's why I was prepared to do the weights in the gym to get strong. If you're not prepared to train, how can you suffer at this level to become the kind of man I am? This is the only life worth living, gentlemen. Anything less than this is failure. The fact that you're going to go on a date with a girl from Instagram and she doesn't even want you, the only reason she's with you is because I won't reply, should bother you in your soul. You shouldn't be able to date women at all. To sit there and know that you are second choice to a man who she is messaging, guaranteed, who doesn't reply. I am a storm far in the distance, fed by the evaporating dreams of jealous men. Men who are imagining in an alternate universe where they could match me in any realm, but they can't, and they know it, and it angers them to their core, and the anger forces their souls to evaporate faster, and I absorb it, and I grow stronger. There is more to life than simply making some money. Money is easy. Everyone should be a millionaire. Money is easy. There's so much more. There's so many hidden levels to this world.